Okay, this is the second video clip for the first week of the drama course, and now I'm going to be talking about J.M. Singh's play Riders to the Sea. And for a regular audience member, or um, for anyone just interested in plays, it's possible to give a short summary of the play that basically says James Singh is an Irish dramatist, and his play Riders to the Sea was written in the early 1900s. The story takes place in a fishing village. An old woman, Maria, and her daughters are waiting to find out if the son Michael has died at sea. Bartley, another son, wants to leave for a nearby village, Connemara, to to help with the search, to also do some business dealings related to their fishing. Maria doesn't want him to go because there's a storm. She's convinced that he will die. He leaves anyway. He dies, and news comes back that Michael is also dead. And the play ends with Bartley's body being brought into the home and Maria mourning with the others over his body. Now, that type of summary is basically a plot summary that tells you the main actions of the play, and it also tells you that there are a number of women on the stage and that they are members of a family, and it also tells you, in a roundabout way at least, that the women stay at home while the men go to sea, and that the men often die at sea. But what this type of summary doesn't tell you are a number of things that we as analysts want to know, as critics of the play want to know. And critics does not mean to criticize in a negative way, but it means to critique, to say both what is good and what we feel could be done differently, or done in a way that would work better. It also has to do with being able to talk about the attitude of the characters to what is happening, which is completely absent from the summary that I just gave. It has to do with the texture of the setting, that is, what is particularly Irish about this play? What is the feeling that is transmitted to the audience? Um, and how does the Irishness of the play determine the characters and the production of the play? It doesn't tell us anything about the questions raised in the play about the sea, death, and grief. All three are important themes in this play, and a basic summary of it doesn't tell us any of that. And so that's why we have you read from Studying Plays and also David Ball, Backwards and Forwards. Now, David Ball's text was written for actors, for performers, while Studying Plays is written both for performers but also for cultural analysts and critics. It's written by Mick Wallace and Simon Shepherd. And so those are two important texts for us to use. Um, If we go to the section on plot and action in for Wallace and Shepherd for Studying Plays, one of the things that they talk about is Aristotle's idea of what makes a comic play versus what makes a tragic play. And the basic thing that they say is, for a comic play, you have uh, a state of harmony, or an original status quo that's harmonious, and then you have an intrusion, a complication of some sort, and then at the end of the play you are going to have a new status quo, a new state of harmony, where things are in some sense resolved. Um, and in but in a tragedy, the difference is that the ending then is one of irreparable loss, is the term that's used by Wallace and Shepherd. Irreparable loss being usually death of some kind. And of course, this play that we're looking at today, Riders to the Sea, ends in death. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording here because my computer tends to cut me off shortly after 4 minutes, and so I'll upload another video instead.